from Royal Communications Incorporated. Good evening and welcome to King's Newsbroom, a 45 minutes news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and the rest of the world. Today is Friday, January 24th, 2025, and I'm Newton Tukpa presenting. Stories we're following this evening. Liberia National Police dismisses one officer and suspends two others for acts of corruption, abuse of authority, and neglect of duty, says professional standards have found three guilty of money collection from drivers on the highways. A 22-year-old man identified as Kekula Flomo allegedly sodomizes a pregnant dog in Dedes Village, Electoral District Number 4, Magibi County, as the owner of the dog calls for an immediate prosecution of the suspect. Cross-section of Liberian citizens call on the Liberian National Police to immediately cancel a wedding ceremony planned for this Saturday, January 25th, after the couple-to-be were arrested for their alleged involvement in the trading of narcotic substances in Magibi County. And away from Liberia, authorities in Nigeria have officially declared that Lakurawa jihadist group terrorist. These plus many more are packaged, but we'll take a very short break to be right back. Thanks for rejoining us at the juncture. We cross over to Stephen Compton, who is pretty seated to bring us the news bulletin.
The Liberia National Police has, with immediate effect, dismissed one officer and suspended two others following an investigation by the Professional Standards Division into their involvement in acts of corruption, abuse of authority, and neglect of duty. According to an LP's release, the decision was triggered by an encounter between the Inspector General of Police Gregory Coleman and the LMP Highway Patrol team in Bong County on January 17, 2025, where some highway patrol officers were extorting money from drivers and taking bribes. Those dismissed and suspended include Sergeant Musa Sharif, team leader, who was found guilty of corruption, neglect of duty, and misconduct as outlined in the LMP's administrative instruction on discipline and professional standards, while officers Julius Reeves and Iremons Jalad were suspended for 4 months without salary for what the LMP termed as their participation in unethical activities, including neglect of duty and misconduct. The officers, according to the release, are required to turn over all government's properties in their possession, including uniform, shoes, belt, and badges to the Human Resource Division of the Liberia National Police. A 22-year-old man identified as Kekula Flomo has allegedly sodomized a pregnant dog in Dedes Village, Electoral District 4, Magibi County. The dog, which was allegedly sodomized in the county, recently is reportedly owned by the Magibi County Anthony Dedet Wilson. According to report, this is the second time suspect Flomo has reportedly committed such cruelty to animal. The report recounted that suspect Flomo in January of 2024 allegedly raped an 80-year-old woman in a nearby village and went with impunity. Meanwhile, suspect Flomo is said to have admitted committing the act but failed to provide reason behind his action. The owner of the dog is, however, calling for the immediate prosecution of the suspect, noting that it will serve as a deterrent to him and others. Cross-sections of Liberian citizens are calling on the Liberia National Police to immediately cancel the wedding ceremony planned for this Saturday, January 25, after the couple-to-be were arrested for their alleged involvement into the trading of narcotic substances for more than 2 years. Suspect Abraham Colley, aged 36, and his wife-to-be Kiman Johnson, aged 36, along with others, were arrested by the Magibi County Detachment of the Liberia National Police in Sugar community following reports of their involvement in the sale of illicit drugs. According to the Assistant Commissioner of Police in the county, Patrick Kamuzu, the arrest was made during an execution of a search and seize warrant obtained from the Kakata Magisterial Code. Reacting to the situation, a cross section of Liberian citizens have condemned the alleged sale of illegal substances by the couple to be and urged the Liberia National Police to cancel their planned wedding. They also admonished the government to take measures in the fight against illicit drugs, noting that it poses a serious threat to the country's generation, most especially the young people. Monserrate County District System Representative Dixon Sibo has challenged state security officers to provide evidence linking him to the Capitol building fire incident. Representative Sibo's statement comes in response to a communication from the Liberia National Police asking the House of Representatives leadership to summon him and several lawmakers for questioning regarding the incident. According to him, he will not be intimidated by what he termed as a strategy by the state security officer to distract him and his colleagues from the main issue, which, among other things, focuses on the respect for the rule of law. He emphasized the need to prioritize the peace of the country, thus calling on the government to adhere to the laws that govern the state and its people. Also responding to the LMP's communication, Monserrate County District 15 Representative Abu Kamara expressed his innocence, noting that he had no connection to the Capitol building incident. He further emphasized his commitment to upholding laws and cooperating fully with the ongoing police investigation. The Monserrate County lawmakers made the assertions Friday on Banan FM. The Minister of Justice, Oswald Tue, has emphasized that the Justice Ministry is making frantic efforts to increase access to justice and trust in the justice system of Liberia, stressing the need to create an investment climate that is peaceful and safe. He said in 2024, the Justice Ministry encountered 116 cases. Out of that, 106 cases were won, while winning two cases out of four at the ECOWAS court. Minister Tweed further told that noted that the economic department of the ministry is reviewing concessions while also negotiating for economic growth of the state. He named the distribution of vehicles to county Antonians across the country and the approval of 100 procurement contract giving Lee-Cut opinion as some of the achievements under his leadership as minister to emphasize the vetting and recruitment of executive director for the War and Economic Crimes Code, adding that a little over 2,000 pre-trial detainees were released in 2014 who committed minor offenses. The Solicitor General of Liberia maintained that the Justice Ministry has put in place measures and is creating more awareness throughout the country to eradicate mob justice, that violence, stressing the need for citizens to exercise restraint and respect the rule of law. The governor of the borough of Crewtown, Robert Tier, has admonished citizens of the borough to prioritize development above politics. According to Governor Robert Tier, President Joseph Boyka did not make a mistake to appoint him as governor of the borough, and as such, citizens need to join him in ensuring that they get its necessary development. Speaking to a school of citizens Thursday during a program marking the visiting of Sierra ambassador to the borough, Governor Tied assured the people of the borough that as the chief administrator of the area, he will go all out and do in his power to ensure that the borough is developed. Tied further stressed that the people of New Crew Town have suffered for too long being backward in the development, adding that it is time to build a new Town. The governor at the same time reminded the citizen of the borough that the area can only be developed through the collective efforts of the citizen and the office of the governor. Several aggrieved fishmongers in the Popo Beach community in New Town have accused their leaders of denying them the opportunity to benefit from a loan scheme provided by the United Nations Development Fund through the National Fishery and Aquaculture Authority. Speaking to reporters Thursday, the aggrieved fishmongers claimed that they were issued forms by their leaders which they filled in and submitted for the purpose of receiving loan from the UNDP through NAFA to help improve their businesses and make them self-sufficient. They alleged that after submitting the forms of about 400 fish muggers, only 12 individuals were considered successful for the loan. According to them, those 12 out of the 400 fish muggers in Popo Beach community who are being considered successful are not actually fishmongers, but women who are involved in different other businesses and are not members of the Popo Beach Fishmongers Association. The aggrieved fishmongers express frustration in their leaders, thus questioning their ability to adequately advocate on their behalf. Still with more developments, a little girl identified as Angel Weir was found dead in an unfinished building in the Lockheed Baptist Mission in Broadville. According to information, Angel got missing Wednesday, January 22, after telling her aunt that she was going to do an assignment at one of her friend's house. The girl, believed to be in her 14s, was discovered dead Thursday night in an unfinished building behind Lord Carey Mission Clinic with trapped of tissue around her. Angel is said to be a student of the Assembly of God Mission High School. It is believed that Angel might have been gang raped and killed by the rapist. The executive director of the Liberia Heritage and Cultural Development Association, Solomon Wewe, has initiated a campaign calling for the release of former Liberian President Charles Taylor. In a statement posted on his social media page on Thursday, Wewe urged for a reassignment of Taylor's conviction, claiming that the trial by the Special Court for Civil in 2012 was unfairly selective. He emphasized on the consistency of international justice and questioned why other leaders who supported rebel faction during the Liberian and Sierra Leonean civil wars were not similarly prosecuted. The Liberian activist further accused regional leaders such as Ivorian President Flexit Bonin, Guinean President General Lassanan Conan and others of facilitating Liberia's civil war, which resulted in over 300,000 deaths. Meanwhile, Taylor's imprisonment remains a high decisive issue in Liberia, with others viewing him as a war criminal, while others argue that his conviction was influenced by geopolitical factors where international powers selectively apply justice. To this very last development, now the chief judge at the commercial court at the Temple of Justice says Liberia's natural resources must be a benefit for economic prosperity, social growth, and must not cause retrogression in the lives of the Liberian people. Judge Mampate Mongen said at all time the resources must be managed, utilized, and shared to promote growth in the society, as mentioned in the lives of the ordinary people. Judge Mongon made a statement when he spoke at the launching of the project on transparency and good governance on the natural mineral by Integrity Watch Liberia with fundings from the Irish Embassy in Monrovia. The chief judge at the commercial court observed that Liberia is reached with variety of price natural mineral, beautiful land, evergreen tropical forest, amazing river, aquatic species, among others, but citizens of the country have no that's have not gained no financial benefit. The news bulletin is back to you.
Stephen Compton with the news bulletin. The news bulletin is a regular feature on King's Newsbroom. If you're just joining us, I remind that you're listening to King's Newsroom, the 45 minutes news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and the rest of the world. Stories with following this evening. The Liberia National Police dismisses one officer and suspends two others for acts of corruption, abuse of authority, and neglect of duty, says professional standards have found three guilty of money collection from drivers on the highway. 22-year-old man identified as Kekla Fumbo allegedly sodomizes a pregnant dog in Dedes Village Electoral District number 4, Magibi County, as the owner of the dog calls for an immediate prosecution of the suspect. Cross-section of Liberian citizens call on the Liberian National Police to immediately cancel the wedding ceremony of plan for this Saturday, January 25th, after the couple to be were arrested for their alleged involvement in the trading of narcotic substances in Magibi County and away from Liberia. Authorities in Nigeria have officially declared the Lakurawa jihadist group terrorists. And we take a very short break. When we come back, we'll bring you the voices of the newsmaker. Welcome back. Thanks for rejoining us. On this one now, Montserrat County District Assistant Representative Dixon Sibu has challenged state security officers to provide evidence linking him to the Capitol building fire incident. Representative Sibu's statement comes in response to communication from the Liberian National Police asking the House of Representatives leadership to summon him and several other lawmakers for questioning regarding the incident. According to him, he will not be intimidated by what he termed as strategy by the state security to distract him and his colleagues from the main issues, which, among other things, focuses on the respect for the rule of law. He emphasized the need to prioritize the peace of the country, thus calling on the government to adhere to laws that govern the state and its people.
Interest just implies that they want to ask you some questions that think that could lead them to finding where this fire came from. So we are not going to put ourselves in a position for people to think that we are being accused. Again, your question is whether we want to cooperate with the police. Most definitely. In fact, as a matter of fact, yesterday I called the police to ask when you are coming, and they said they will revert to us as and when they are ready. But let's be very, very. What's happened in plenary was that the House leadership took seize of the matter, and the House leadership has decided to have a meeting with us, those of us who were called at 12 o'clock today. But let me be very clear that we are not going to be intimidated. We are not going to bow down to anyone trying to allow us with anything fire. We understand there's the law and there is politics, and that's why we have raised the bar that we are going to stand by the law. If anyone thinks that you can use people who you have tortured or people who are against us politically to lie on each and every one of us, we are not going to back down to that. You understand? We want to be very clear that at no point in time DWCO has been involved in any issue that got to do with fire. Look at the array of people who have been named. All of them fall from where? From the Kofa blood, don't they? Again, I don't know where they are going with that investigation, but I need to be clear, because we are not going to bow down to anything of such.
He's Montserrat County District Assistant Representative Dixon Sibo. Also responding to LMP's communication, Montserrat County District 15 Representative Abu Kamara expressed his innocence, noting that he had no connection to the Capitol building incident. He further emphasized his commitment to upholding the rule of law and cooperating fully with the ongoing police investigation. The Montserrat County lawmaker made the assertion Friday on Banan FM.
It's surprising to me for me to be described as somebody of interest. Yeah, because that is not my character. You know, first of all, I try to figure out why I should be a person of interest. Try to figure that and thinking in my mind. I don't know. I don't want to preempt what you're considering a person of interest. So today, the leadership of the house have called us. So we're hoping that we will go there to listen to what they have to say and. Will go to listen to what the police has to say because through all my life I haven't gotten involved with such things. So by standing with somebody or talking with somebody or whatever, so I don't know what to describe a person of interest. So I don't want to jump the gun. Well, the first thing to do as a peaceful citizen is to listen to what the procedure because the houses are called off. So we'll go and listen to what they say or what they want to ask. So emphatically and not from an institution as well. I'm from the CDC. I'm the vice chair for inter-party affairs, right? So I have institution to consult before I can make a pronouncement of what it is, but we will do everything possibly because we know we are innocent. We are innocent. We haven't get involved with anything. Right. So we actually want to understand what it is that people talking about, a person of interest.
He's a Montserrat County District 15 Representative Abu Kamara. Cross-section of Liberian citizens are calling on the Liberian National Police to immediately cancel a wedding ceremony planned for this Saturday, January 25th, after the couple to be were arrested for their alleged involvement in the trading of narcotic substances for more than 2 years. Suspect Abraham Colley, age 36, and his wife to be Kema Johnson, age 36, along with others, were arrested by the Magibi County Detachment of the Liberian National Police in Sugar Hill community following reports of their involvement in the sale of illicit drugs. According to Assistant Commissioner for Police in the county, Patrick Kamuzu, the arrest was made during an execution of a search and seizure warrant obtained from the Kakata Magisterial Court. Reacting to the situation, a cross-section of Liberian citizens have condemned the alleged sale of illegal substances by the couple to be and urged the Liberian National Police to cancel their planned wedding.
The wedding shouldn't go on because for one fact, you are spoiling our children's future, and second, they catch you with joy. Even that day, when your wedding day, they catch you with joy. That wedding shouldn't go on. You're supposed to be arrested, go to the police station, and you're supposed to be in jail. So the wedding shouldn't go on. The wedding shouldn't go on. They should be arrested at the station. For my children coming on the sporting our future.
I don't think in my own mind that we're needing to be continue because from let's say from the president of the country said that he probably came to fight drugs. So people have been caught in such acts. I think they know the wedding should be canceled. Also be used as a deterrent where other people will be able to to be like a fair whenever children is on ground because in our country we are seeing a lot of things concerning drugs. Recently, there's a guy who killed himself up front street. He used a blade to cut the neck, and we didn't do the same drugs issue. So those people are not thinking, they really need to continue that wedding. So yes, I think so because those people have already damaged a lot of lives in this country.
Some cross-section of Liberians calling on the Liberian National Police to post up to a wedding ceremony that is expected to be held this Saturday. The Ministry of Justice Oswald Tue has emphasized that the Justice Ministry is making frantic efforts to increase access to justice and trust in the justice system of Liberia, stressing the need to create an investment climate that is peaceful and safe. He said in 2024, the Justice Ministry encountered 116 cases. Out of that number, 106 cases were won, White winning 2 cases out of 4 at the ECOWAS court. Minister Tuet further noted that the Economic Department of the ministry is reviewing concessions while also negotiating some for economic growth of the state. He named the distribution of vehicles to county attorneys across the country and the approval of 100 procurement contracts, giving legal opinions as some of the achievements under his leadership as minister.
To increase access to justice and trust in the justice system, because we realize and think there's a lot of prejudice. Many Liberians figure that no access to justice, justice is too costly, it's only for rich people, it's not for the poor. Now most Liberians try to take the law in their own hand because they figure when they venture to seek justice through the system, there are setbacks and things. There is a problem that the Ministry of Justice we trying to erase and give Liberian hope and trust in our justice system. Yes, there are challenges, but these challenges can be overcome. We will all collaboratively try to fight them. We're a civilized society and we're all time maintain the civility to each other. The only way we can move. We want to try to create an investment climate that is safe, that is conducive for investors to come to our country. We try to see that anything that will curtail the peace and bring this harmony that will make Liberia very unattractive, that we try to fight that. But there's stuff we are doing. Our Department of Prosecution is doing it best. They handle some cases. In 2024, they had 116 cases. They won 106. They won 106. The cases range from murder, economic sabotage, tax evasion, etc. We have cases pending before the ECOWAS court. There were 4 cases. We have won 2, and there are two are pending. When we took over, we realized that prosecution funds were not forthcoming because you see, especially for the Leeward counties, the county attorney and thing have to bring the case to court. They have to prepare witnesses. They have to go and find the witnesses and things. If they don't have the fund and thing to adequately carry out these jobs, there's a problem. We make sure government try to make available the prosecution funds and things that they could use to carry out their work effectively. We just provided some vehicles for the prosecutor, thanks to the Minister of Finance and the government, 21 vehicles, because you have county attorney riding motorbike, pen, to go from area to area collecting evidence with witnesses and things. But now they have vehicles that make them mobile, that they can go to places far away and think adequately do their jobs.
The Justice Minister emphasized the vetting and recruitment of the Executive Director for the War and Economic Crimes Court, adding that a little over 2,000 pre-trial detainees were released in 2024 who committed misdemeanor and other minor offenses. The Solicitor General of Liberia maintained that the Justice Ministry has put in measures and is creating more awareness throughout the country to eradicate mob violence, stressing the need for citizens to exercise restraint and respect the rule of law.
The mob violence is kind of on an increase, which is sad for our country. We have incident people can recall what happened in Biala, the Salara plantation. We have incident what happened in Chocolate City, Ghana's about a lady who were accused and thing, and people jump on her. Again, we have more violence against another lady accused of being a criminal in the commercial red light district. We have incidents quite recently. In January this month, we have seen 2 violent mob action. The terrible one that happened on the freeway, in which a young man was stoned to death because he was accused of stealing a bike. And that was people who saw the video tape and it was a horrible thing to watch. You have people standing by, not doing anything. Then had the other incident where when the same Ghana's a truck, I think, collided with a motorbike collided with a truck and thing, and the truck was practically destroyed. These are issues that are serious. We take it very seriously, and we say this type of thing should not happen in the country. We won't create a safe society. as you feel safe. People don't go out in the street and there's already accident. Most of the time they come up from accident and thing. People don't go out and say, I will have an accident today. It's happening, a part of life. Things happen. But how you handle it, we should take time and give the justice system a chance to investigate the accident and hold somebody responsible and then go through the justice system. This thing with the mob violence is moving too fast. And it's the wrong path for the country. People abroad, visitors and things, you see that, but there's fear. Fear created in citizens. You drive your car, you in fear. Anything happen in the community, you in fear because they were just all waiting for the police to come and investigate. They could jump on you because any kind of mob violence, I must say, is criminal. And we know what happens with mob violence. When it happens, people are severely injured, property is destroyed, and sometimes death.
He's Justice Minister Oswald Tuer speaking. What folks, if you just joining us, a reminder you're listening to King's Newsbroom, a 45 minutes news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and the rest of the world. To which we're following this evening, Liberia National Police dismisses one officer and suspends 2 others for acts of corruption, abuse of authority, and neglect of duty, says professional standards have found 3 guilty of money collection from drivers on the highway. A 22-year-old man identified as Kekula Flomo allegedly sodomizes a pregnant girl in Dedes Village, Electoral District Number 4, Margibi County, as the owner of the dog calls for an immediate prosecution of the suspect. Cross-section of Liberian citizens called on the Liberian National Police to immediately cancel the wedding ceremony planned for this Saturday, January 25th, after the couple to be arrested for their alleged involvement in trading of narcotic substances in Margibi County. Away from Liberia, authorities in Nigeria have officially declared the Lakurawa jihadist group terrorist. We take a very short break. We'll come back. We continue the program. On this other development, several agri fishmongers in Popo Beach community in Nikutan have accused their leaders of denying them the opportunity to benefit from a loan scheme provided by the United National Development Fund through the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority. Speaking to reporters Thursday, the agri fishmongers claimed that they were issued forms by their leaders which they filed in and submitted for the purpose of receiving loan from UNDP through NAFA to help improve their businesses and make them self-sufficient. They allege that after submitting the forms of about 400 fishmongers, only 12 individuals were considered successful for the load. According to them, those 12 out of 400 fishmongers in Popo Beach community who have been considered successful are not actually fishmongers, but women who are involved in different other businesses and are not members of the Popo Beach fishmongers.
You want one people to register, you know, not so much. I'm a glass to bring one people. You got the money that benefit from that is that we're register working on it. She bring one people. We're supposed to register, I'm register. Some we are here, careful at the point, bro. You're from, you never quite for me. Belabo, Potoro Bio, Wato, keep people, but I know what they do, what they do. It's part of official and not people. So, I'm careful to fight, you know, 3 kilos. I'm a gas company. Every people, immigration people were government for registration of this place. And now they tell about funds that they bring money and supply on which is the money now. Like we don't want
want to benefit money to register working on it. Now no money. We not get money, we not die. So I will register the kingdom. Many people then I telephone now that better than I people. And now I'm selling fish and my husband get killing. They killing them money, they work up. With them money, we suffer to register, we come so. So the person computer, I'm a pastor, we are people for them to care our husband. For the men and they say, we will not see, we will not say, we will not to do more to you. So when the money they can eat, we will not get money because all of them work here. We will get money. Our husband will not pay tax. We will not pay tax. Yes, because we don't pay tax. We will not get money. Our husband will not pay tax. That will not pay because all of them work here. They all come from the color, the nika, they all working. Our husband we legislate the future. We pay rent. We speak to section more than one seat. So my brother, I was getting that our husband will not pay tax. They will not pay tax.
Some disenchanted fishmongers at the Popo Beach community in Negro Town expressing their dissatisfaction. The governor of the borough of Negro Town, Robert Tier, has admonished citizens of the borough to prioritize developments above politics. According to the Governor Tier, President Walker did not make a mistake to appoint him as governor of the borough, and as such, citizens need to join him in ensuring that they get his necessary developments. Speaking to schools of citizens Thursday during a program marking the visitation of the Sierra Leonean ambassador to the borough, Governor Tier assured the people of the borough that as the chief administrator of the area, he will go all out and do all in his own powers to ensure that the borough is developed. Tier further stressed that the people of Negro Town have suffered for too long being backward in development, adding that it is time to rebuild Negro Town.
So President Parker told the wife that indeed looking all 8,000 happened in the Barracuda town. I believe the ability of Robert here. I know what he stand for over the past year, single been carrying projects, and it is time now to work with him. So the other the Barracuda town are women, our young people. They say here under this administration, saying we left the old crew town, we moved new crew town. I have not seen anything new in terms of development, in terms of anything. They are about to take place within the administration. I want to inform you that enough is enough. I put ourselves for too long. It is time to build new Kutan. The new Kutan is being wishing for. It's time to build. But they will happen through our collective efforts, through collaborations and teamwork. We want to assure you, people of the Barracuda, and leadership of the governor and his deputies, the representative on the district of Recibo, we are working together and we continue to work together for the betterment of the Barracuda. We were too unable to find the grass suffer. And politicians will keep the people in confusion. Politicians, when they keep the people in confusion, they tend to benefit. In our administration, we continue to unite the people of the Barracuda. Because unity is strength. Unity is power. And so I want to show you, with Robert T. be your son as governor, I will reach out to whoever I can reach out to bring development to the Barracuda. If I get Robert here, I can reach out to the president. Then now, governor, just give me your support, give me a blessing, and we'll see what will happen.
He's Robert Tier, the governor of the borough of Negro Town. The chief judge at the commercial court at the Temple of Justice says Liberia's natural resources must be a benefit for the economic prosperity, social growth, and must not cause retrogression in the lives of the Liberian people. Judge Margaret Morgan said at all times the resources must be managed, utilized, and harnessed to promote growth in the society as measured in the lives of the ordinary people. Judge Morgan made the statement when she spoke at the launching of the project on transparency and good governance on the natural minerals by the Integrity Watch Liberia, with funding from the Irish Embassy in Monrovia. The chief judge at the commercial court observed that Liberia is rich with variety of high-priced natural minerals, beautiful lands, evergreen tropical forests, amazing rivers, aquatic species of various forms, wildlife, economic and religious values. But interestingly, most of the resources exist beneath the land, and it is very difficult for the community people to have the financial resources to invest in them.
Liberia's natural resources must not be an impediment to economic prosperity or social growth, and it must not cause retrogression in people's lives. At all material times, it must be managed, utilized, and harnessed to promote growth in our society as measured by the reflection in the lives of the ordinary person. Liberia is endowed with beautiful lands, lush evergreen tropical forests, high priced minerals, amazing rivers, aquatic life of varying forms, and terrestrial wildlife of cultural, economic, aesthetic, and religious value. Interestingly, most of these resources exist on or below land that are utilized or largely relied upon by community people for survival. The abundance of natural resources, I strongly believe, was intended by God for a higher power to be used strategically for the benefit and advancement of the standard of life by the people who inhabit the area or region where such resources are located. As the organic law of the land, it is unequivocal and express intent of the framers of the Constitution to ensure that government, community, and private entities extracting or harvesting natural resources work collaboratively towards the ultimate goal of promoting the welfare of the society and the people. Our statutes relating explicitly to natural resource extraction, harvest, trade, and or management, including the National Forest Reform Law, the mining law, the fishery law, the petroleum law, the National Wildlife Law, the Community Rights Law, and the Land Rights Act have integrated varying provisions that call for collaborative and inclusive management of resources, including the participation of the community, the government, the private sector, in some extreme cases, the end users.
She is the chief judge at the commercial court at the Temple of Justice, Marbit Morgan speaking. And away from Liberia, Nigeria's authorities have officially declared that Lakurawat armed group, which flogs people for listening to music, a terrorist organization and banned it across the country. Lakurawat is a new militant group which carries out attacks targeting local communities in northwestern Nigeria and across the border with Niger. Nigerian officials say Lakurawat is affiliated with jihadist factions in Mali and Niger, and its militants have for years settled in communities along the Nigeria-Niger border, marrying local women and recruiting youths. This adds to Nigeria's security concerns as it is already fighting against several armed groups, from Islamic militants Boko Haram to kidnapping gangs. The Nigerian government submitted a document to High Court in the capital Abuja on Thursday, detailing the activities of the group. He said Lakurara had been involved in acts of terrorism, including cattle rustling, kidnapping for ransom, hostage taking, and attacks on top government officials. The group was also accused of spreading harmful ideology within local communities and encouraging locals to disregard authorities, resulting in injuries and loss of lives and property to innocent citizens of Nigeria. On that note, I would like to go home on this edition of King's Newsbroom, a 45 minutes news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and the rest of the world. But just before we go home, let's remind you of stories we've been following. The Liberian National Police dismisses one officer and suspends two others for acts of corruption, abuse of authority, and neglect of duty, says professional standards have found three guilty of money collection from drivers on the highway. A 22-year-old man identified as Kekulat Flomo allegedly sodomizes a pregnant dog in Dedes Village, Electoral District Number 4 of Margibi County, as the owner of the dog calls for an immediate prosecution of the suspect. Cross-section of Liberian citizens called for the Liberian National Police to immediately cancel a wedding ceremony plan for this Saturday, January 25th, after the couple-to-be were arrested for their alleged involvement in the trading of narcotic substances in Margibi County. And away from Liberia, authorities in Nigeria have officially declared that Lakurara jihadist group terrorist. These are stories we follow on King's Newsbroom. Stephen Compton brought us the news bulletin. We'd like to say many thanks to all of our reporters and correspondents who helped in making this package of saucer. King's Newsbroom takes Hawaiian break to return Monday with another fresh edition. On behalf of all of our reporters and correspondents who helped in making this package of saucer, I would like to say thanks for listening and watching. My name is Newton Toka. I presented this edition of the program Newsbroom. Bye-bye.